R. Kelly, Michael Epstein, Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein, Diddy. I'm tired of playing games with y'all. This is Great Zach Tate, and we getting into the hierarchy of perversion. So if you look at the news, we seeing everybody that was rooting for a bad boy, everybody that was going crazy about the whole bad boy movement. All of a sudden, everybody's looking for Diddy's downfall. And today I want to do my best to give you a different perspective about perversion and their hierarchies. So what does that mean? That means there are levels to this. And how do these monsters become monsters? Because they're not monsters. They're just regular people that have their perversions and their kinkiness. So let me begin. When an individual has his or her sexuality, they identify with certain things that give them pleasure, either because it provides an emotional comfort, a physical stimulating sensation, or a mental validation or reinforcement. So we, as earthlings, in America, we like to minimize how much we enjoy sex, how much sex is part of our nature, how natural it is in the ways that we procreate and our roles as male and females. So individuals, I want you to think of a person who has a great idea, and then they exercise that idea, and then 100 people starts liking that idea, just 100 people. As time goes on, that person received validation from 100 people that what you're doing is cool. Now, when it gets to 1,000 people that says, not only do I think what you think doing is cool, I want to spend my hard-earned money to support what you do, to buy and purchase. Not a part of the product or the service, but a part of you. Now, when that person reaches 10,000 dedicated, loyal people who want a part of them, here's what happens. You start getting notoriety, and people want a piece of it. And they want to get as close to that light as possible for a whole different bunch of reasons. Some is for the financial payoff. Some is for the clout. Look who I'm with. Look who I'm around. So that they can exercise their desires, perversions, and kinks themselves. And they're not even the man or the woman in charge. So now, the person in charge who gets the fame, who develops the wealth, who develops the massive validation, they elevate from being an average person. They now above average. And once you start going platinum, where 1 million plus people are directly investing their money into a part of you, you have reached a supreme being status. Now, what does that mean? Because we all on the same level, Zach. What are you talking about? We are not all on the same level. See, average people is doing average things. They have no desire to do anything greater. And if they do, they don't make the commitment to do so. They don't even overcome their fears to even attempt or try. So they sit back and wait to be programmed, pushed, cajoled, convinced, or marketed to make a decision. But these above average people, what we do is we listen to our inspiration and bump our heads 1,000 times till we get it right. Because we only got to get it right one time. But you attract different people at different points. And when you hear the names like R. Kelly, Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, I try to put my man Russell Simmons in there, he never got indicted or charged, and Diddy, when you put these people in these pervert categories. Understand that there are thousands of people who are willing participants who sign up, volunteer, scream at concerts, pick me. I knew a bodyguard that was involved in R. Kelly's camp. The bodyguards and the entourage used to tell women, if you're not coming back here naked, don't come back here. R. Kelly already left the building. But he would be charged or accused or, oh, it's R. Kelly and them when he's not even there. And the women gladly took off their clothes and participated. Oh, Zach, they were naive. Oh, they were taken advantage of. No, we must hold people accountable because we don't like to admit that, yes, I am a freak. Yes, I like to be perverted. Yes, I have different kinky modes than other people. I'm just kinked out. We don't like to admit that part. And who really got time to be caring what people do in their private business? If it ain't illegal, if it ain't with a child, then why is it your business? Yeah, he like to be a power structure and make other males go down on him to demonstrate how powerful he is. You know why he's allowed to do that? Because he received the reinforcement that it was okay. He surrounded himself with other people who condone that type of behavior and told his morality that this is not so bad because look, everybody else is doing it. And if it was so bad, why do I have so many willing participants that's willing to do it? Because it's really not bad or good. It's just different. If it's having a negative impact on somebody, then it is negative. But if a male and another male decide to engage in something sexual, I got too much problems to be worrying about their business. I suggest you do the same. But I understand average minds because they discuss people. Above average minds, they discuss events. Supreme beings, we discuss ideas. So what happens is you guys, human beings, earthlings, you reward these people and tell them they're supreme beings. You buy all their clothes that they sell, all the liquor they sell. You run and chase them down the block. You want them to sign your baby's head and your titties, and you go crazy with this worship of another human being. You bang on their doors when they leaving the concert. You trying to rip off their clothes. Think about that. You elevate them. And when you elevate them, some of you who forgot 30 years ago that you was a groupie, men and women, I know a bunch of ex-so-called street thugs that's running with dudes and they groupies and they get abused and disrespected, but since they in the light, they stay there because it validates their image. So we have the audacity to sit back and start judging people. I don't know who is made up with you rooting. You got your daddy issues, you got your abuse issues, you got your trauma and your drama, and you trying to vicariously damage these participants and say, down with them, it's wrong. Like you ain't dirty, like you ain't got your little habits, like you ain't a freak on the low, like you ain't kinky, like you, the same thing like Minister Farrakhan said to the world, the same way you applaud and laugh at a man's weakness, those same weaknesses will destroy you if you're not careful. So when we look at this hierarchy of perversion, it goes from being an average person saying, let me try this thing. And the willing participants say, I will do it. And then it elevates. Well, let me try this next thing. It's like an addiction. Let me try this next thing. Because I have 100 willing participants beating down my door that's willing to do any type of perversion just to say they did it with me. And they run their whole life. I know this. I'm an expert at this part. They spend their whole life telling everybody who would listen. They even lie and say, I slept with him. He did this with me and he did that with me and I did that with him. So they can validate themselves. So can you imagine when you touch $1 billion, when you the head of the world like Trump grab him by the pussy. Yeah, he was grabbing him by the pussy. And a lot of them didn't complain or have an issue with it until others said, you should have an issue with this. You need to sue. Now think about that. Let's stick a pin in that. You want money for an injustice that happened to you. Money. Your whole goal is, I am suing because I want money. Not that you want criminal charges. Not that you want to see this person persecuted. Not that you didn't take the law into your own hand to physically harm this person. You said, no, I'm going to wait 20 years and then ask for some money. Doesn't look like you were that affected. Looks like you were a willing participant who was high on drugs or not on drugs, who was naive, who was stupid like all of us was at one time, and you were a willing participant. And now, oh, I got some reinforcement for my new image of where this was wrong. I'm a victim. Because victimhood in America is profitable. I'm a victim. Woe is me. Oh, I let R. Kelly piss on me because I didn't know any better. R. Kelly had a mother and daughter menaging while he watched. As the mother, where was your moral decline? No, you focused, your desire was greater than your fear and your morality. Come on, y'all. We're not going to hold no participant responsible, or are we just going to be honest that we love sex, that we engage in sex, that sex makes us curious, that it's taboo, it's mysterious, and we love it, but we don't like to exercise it. Not in the open. Don't pull my mask off. Why not? When are we going to understand this hierarchy? And when you have made a person a supreme being, when you validate them, when you have 5 million followers on social media watching their every move, living vicariously every day through them, never hearing no. There is no Kardashian. I said this a million times on video. There's no Kardashian that could relate to no. You think they got white privilege? No, they got supreme being privilege because we gave it to them. You tune into their show, you buy their product, you go crazy when you see them, you faint, you freeze, you bug out. Oh, Michael Jackson, that was another one. Ain't no grown-ass man had no business having kids in the bed with him. But because I love MJ, I don't even want to think that he's perverted in that way. But this is what was said. How true it is, I don't know. It ain't my business. The bottom line is, if we are going to persecute these people for their perversions and their kinkiness, can you just imagine how many people Justin Bieber had to turn down sexually? How many people came across Diddy, men and women, and compromised themselves just to be able to touch him? Kanye West, Donald Trump, Michael Jackson used to shut down entire nations. Entire communities used to shut down because Michael Jackson was here. When he wanted to shop in Macy's and Nordstrom's and Bloomies, they kicked all the customers out of the store. So what does that say to him? This is human beings. This is a regular person like me and you. But he's no more regular because we made them supreme beings that we worship and we cherish, and we put their posters on the wall. We idolize them. We make them demigods and gods. Gods don't get told no. The closest you're going to see on God is them in the flesh because they get to do extraordinary, supreme being things. They fly places privately. They have everything moved out for them. The whole world caters to them. They don't know what no means. So when you hear these stories, understand that we need to hold ourselves accountable, or everybody needs to just come out the closet and let's stop playing games. What are you kinky? What's your perversion? What is it, your little skeletons that you hiding? Because it's all foolishness. Who is dictating? Who is pulling the strings? The day of white Anglo-Saxon Protestants being in charge and telling you what you can do and cannot do are long gone. So who's keeping you in charge? What morality where? Well, who is going to be? Your religion? No, it can't be that. Y'all buying, y'all buying pastors jet planes so I can be closer to the heavens. What? The whole congregation is poor. Why is he in a jet plane? You see where the thinking goes crazy and how we all participate in validating and reinforcing these people ideas, these people lifestyle, these people's perversions, these people kinkiness, these people's sexualities. Because at the end of the day, we can, because if we focus enough on our own business, our own flaws, our own skeletons, our own dirt, our own immoralities, then we wouldn't make them gods. But guess what? They always gonna be that way. Your kids is gonna remember their name because they made good songs, praising the devil. And you're gonna keep buying and you're gonna keep supporting until the media, the media who has programmed you your entire life tells you Puffy is bad now. Diddy is bad now. So you can't say nothing good about him. But forget about everything good he has ever done. Because he's on top, we got to tear him down. Because there's never been, I don't know, no black man in history who has made it, who has tried to make a move where he sued a major company or he tried to get a media network so he can program us, not go under scrutiny. Y'all destroyed Bill Cosby's legacy because they said so. Because they said so. They motivate people and validate and reinforce people to say, I think he did this to you 30 years ago. It would be profitable for you if you do. Because you're not doing well financially right now. You should do this. And the media starts doing their mind control and you just zombied out, tuning in. I hate Bill Cosby now. I hate Harvey Weinstein now. I hate Michael Epstein. You ain't never even met him. You're nowhere near his level. Admit it. You're an underachiever. You haven't done much with your life. You live vicariously on a couch, now on your cell phone. Some of you busters is driving with social media. You looking at social media during your whole commute in the morning, holding me up. Because you're programmed by these people. And they tell you what to think. And they tell you how to think. Because you have an average mind. Let's admit it. Our school system promoted average minds. Our community promoted average minds. Your job gives you that low salary because you have an average mind. Just admit it. You need someone to do the thinking for you. It's okay. We need to be honest about who we are, what we are, how we think, and why we even think. That's going to be too hard for you. Because I gave you a life survival kit to help you ask yourself, why do I think the way that I think? That's too hard for y'all. So just admit, we get programmed, the perversion, the reinforcement, the person just starts going deeper and deeper, and more people say, it's okay. And they go deeper, and more people say, I'll do it. And they raise higher in the status that we give them. So understand that as supreme being, they get supreme privileges. They earned it because we give it to them.